Welcome back to Little English Studio, where English learning meets the incredible life stories of the world's most inspiring people. Today, we bring you the fascinating journey of Jeff Bezos, the man who went from a curious boy in Texas to the founder of Amazon, one of the biggest companies on Earth, and then looked beyond our planet to explore the stars with Blue Origin. Bezos' story is about vision, persistence, and reinvention. He is a businessman, a dreamer, a risk-taker, and a pioneer who changed the way the world shops, reads, and even thinks about space. Jeffrey Preston Bezos was born on January 12, 1964 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, to a teenage mother, Jacqueline Jies, and a father, Ted Jorgensen, who soon left the family. When Jeff was 4 years old, his mother married Mike Bezos, a Cuban immigrant who had come to the United States as a teenager. Mike adopted Jeff, and Jeff took the Bezos surname. From an early age, Jeff showed a strong interest in science, engineering, and invention. He would take apart household appliances to see how they worked. He built alarms to keep his younger siblings out of his room. His grandfather, Lawrence Preston Jies, who worked at the U.S. Atomic Energy Commission, had a major influence on Jeff, teaching him practical skills and encouraging his curiosity. Summers at his grandparents' ranch in Texas gave Jeff the space to experiment, explore, and dream. As a teenager, Bezos excelled in school. He was valedictorian of his high school in Miami, Florida, and gave a graduation speech that already hinted at his ambitions. He talked about building space colonies in orbit to protect Earth. His passion for space would never leave him. In 1982, Bezos entered Princeton University, one of the world's top institutions. At first, he considered studying physics, but realized that computer science and electrical engineering were his true strengths. Princeton in the 1980s was a hub of emerging computer research, and Bezos thrived there. He graduated in 1986 with degrees in both electrical engineering and computer science, and was elected to the prestigious honor societies Phi Beta Kappa and Tau Beta Pi. At Princeton, he was not only a top student, but also showed leadership skills. He became president of the student organization that explored space exploration, already reflecting his lifelong fascination. After graduation, Bezos had offers from big companies. He worked at several firms in New York, including Fittle, a startup building international trade networks, and then moved into the world of finance. At Bankers Trust, he became a vice president, and later he joined D.E. Shaw & Co., a hedge fund known for using quantitative analysis and technology in investing. At D.E. Shaw, Bezos rose quickly. By the early 1990s, he was one of the youngest senior vice presidents in the firm. More importantly, it was there that he discovered the potential of the Internet, which at that time was still new and growing rapidly. He came across a statistic. Internet usage was increasing at 2,300% per year. Bezos immediately recognized an opportunity. He began brainstorming possible Internet-based businesses. He made a list of products that could be sold online: CDs, software, and books. Books seemed the perfect choice. There were millions of titles, far more than any physical bookstore could stock. In 1994, Bezos made the boldest decision of his life. He left his secure job at D.E. Shaw and set out to build an online bookstore. He and his wife, Mackenzie Scott, drove across the country to Seattle, brainstorming and writing a business plan along the way. In the back seat of the car, Jeff worked on the plan that would change retail forever. He started the company in his garage with just a few employees. They built simple desks out of wooden doors to save money. The company was originally called Cadabra, but Bezos soon changed it to Amazon, after the largest river in the world, symbolizing his ambition to build the largest bookstore. Amazon launched in July 1995, selling books online. Within the first month, they had shipped books to all 50 U.S. states and 45 countries. Customers loved the convenience, selection, and speed. Bezos focused on creating a customer-obsessed company with a mission to make shopping easy. In 1997, Amazon went public, raising $54 million in its initial public offering IPO. Many analysts doubted the company, calling it Amazon bomb and predicting it would fail once traditional bookstores caught up. But Bezos was not discouraged. He had a bigger vision. After establishing Amazon as the biggest online bookstore, Bezos expanded into other categories. By the late 1990s, Amazon was selling CDs, DVDs, toys, and electronics. He wanted Amazon to become the everything store, where people could find anything they wanted online. The company also invested heavily in technology and infrastructure, building warehouses, creating new software systems, and developing one of the most advanced logistics networks in the world. Bezos's mantra was to invest for the long term, even if it meant short-term losses. For years, Amazon posted negative earnings, but Bezos convinced investors to be patient. In the early 2000s, after surviving the dot-com crash that destroyed many internet companies, Amazon began introducing services that would shape its future. It launched Amazon Prime in 2005, offering unlimited free 2-day shipping for an annual fee. Prime created loyalty among customers and changed consumer expectations forever. Amazon's next wave of innovation came with the Kindle e-reader in 2007. Bezos wanted to create a device that would allow readers to download any book instantly, like an iPod for books. The Kindle was a huge success and transformed publishing. Millions of people began reading ebooks, and Amazon dominated digital publishing. At the same time, Amazon was quietly building something even bigger: Amazon Web Services, AWS. Originally developed to handle Amazon's own computing needs, AWS was launched in 2006 as a cloud computing platform for other businesses. Today, AWS powers huge portions of the internet, from Netflix to startups, and generates billions in profits. Bezos' willingness to experiment, take risks, and endure criticism paid off. Amazon went from being an online bookstore to a global technology giant. While building Amazon, Bezos never forgot his childhood dream of space. In 2000, he secretly founded Blue Origin, a space exploration company with the motto, Gradatim Ferociter, step by step, ferociously. Blue Origin's goal is to make space travel cheaper and more accessible, ultimately enabling millions of people to live and work in space. Bezos invested billions of his own money into the project. The company developed reusable rockets, competing with Elon Musk's SpaceX in 2015. Blue Origin achieved a historic milestone by landing its New Shepard rocket vertically, a step toward fully reusable spacecraft. In 2021, Bezos himself traveled to space aboard a Blue Origin rocket, fulfilling a dream he had spoken about since high school. Jeff Bezos married Mackenzie Scott in 1993, and they had 4 children. For 25 years they built a life together, with Mackenzie supporting Amazon in its early days. In 2019, the couple divorced in one of the most high-profile settlements in history. Mackenzie received a large portion of Amazon stock, instantly becoming one of the richest women in the world. Bezos has also faced criticism. Amazon has been accused of harsh working conditions in its warehouses, of dominating the market unfairly, and of not paying enough taxes. As one of the richest people on Earth, Bezos has been both admired for his innovation and criticized for inequality. In February 2021, Bezos announced he would step down as CEO of Amazon after nearly 27 years of leading the company. He handed the role to Andy Jassy, the head of AWS, but remained as executive chairman. Bezos said he wanted to focus on other projects, especially Blue Origin and his philanthropic work through the Bezos Earth Fund, which supports climate initiatives. For much of the 2010s and 2020s, Bezos was either the richest or second richest person in the world, with a fortune over $100 billion, much of it in Amazon stock. He used part of his wealth for philanthropy, launching the Bezos Day One Fund to support homeless families and education, and the Earth Fund to combat climate change. Still, many argue that his giving is modest compared to his fortune. Jeff Bezos' legacy is complex. He revolutionized global commerce, turning Amazon into one of the most powerful companies on Earth. He transformed reading with the Kindle, computing with AWS, and shopping with Prime. He reignited the dream of space exploration with Blue Origin, but his story is also about ambition, controversy, and the enormous impact of technology on society. Love him or criticize him, Jeff Bezos has changed the way we live, shop, and even think about the future. And that is the incredible story of Jeff Bezos, the boy who dreamed of space, the man who built Amazon from a garage, and the entrepreneur who wants to take humanity to the stars. His journey reminds us that bold ideas can change the world, but also that ambition comes with challenges and responsibility. At Little English Studio, we believe stories like Bezos's teach us not only about success, but about the power of vision, persistence, and daring to dream beyond the horizon.